Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, July 21st, 2016, one of the big news stories was the shooting by police of an unarmed black man, this time a group home worker in Florida. The story came out yesterday, July 21st, but apparently had taken place Monday, July 18th. Let's begin by watching the news coverage. Then I'm going to tell you what I think might have been personal about this story directed at me. We'll begin with the news coverage.
This is Charles Kinsey laying in the middle of the road with his hands in the air. North Miami police have rifles pointed.
Look at this footage. We're supposed to think this is the footage from them pointing their guns at the man laying in the street with his hands up. A play on hands up, don't shoot. The ongoing motto for Black Lives Matter in the wake of black people being shot by police officers. But look at this footage here that they cut to. Blurry, grainy, you can't make it out. This could have been from a training video a decade or more ago.
At him. Listen as he tries to tell them he's a therapist.
I mean, why would the camera go from blurry, looking like something shot in the 80s, early 90s, to here we go, clear, modern day camera?
Trying to help a confused autistic man who ran away from a group home. Charles remembers the moments before he got shot.
I'm going to the ground just like this here with my hands up. And I'm laying down here just like this. And I'm telling him again, sir, there's no need for a firearm. I'm unarmed. He's an autistic guy. He had a toy truck in his hand.
He pleads with officers to back down and also tries to calm down his patient.
I don't know if you noticed that, but on the street sign, you could make out 127th. They released this news July 21st, 7/21, 127, that number in reverse. Probably not a coincidence. Let's continue.
This goes on for minutes, and then Charles says out of nowhere, a North Miami police officer shoots him.
I'm like this right here. And when he shot me, it was so surprising. It was like a mosquito bite. And when he hit me, I'm like, I still got my hands in the air. I said, no, I just got shot. And I'm saying to myself, like, sir, why did you shoot me? And his words to me, he said, I don't know.
North Miami police say it all started when someone called 911 and said there was a man walking around with a gun threatening suicide Monday. But Charles says the gun was a toy truck. The man was the autistic patient.
I was really more worried about him than myself because I'm looking at, as long as I got my hands up, they're not going to shoot me. This is what I'm thinking. They're not going to shoot me. Wow, was I wrong?
Charles says what police did after he was shot is what upsets him the most.
I think they got like 1, 2, 3 sets of handcuffs. They cuff my hands and they flip me over, and I'm laying on the concrete like this right here. I'm bleeding.
Day in and day out, Charles works helping the disabled. He just wants to know why the officer fired.
So grateful that he's alive and he's able to tell his story.
Every time I close my eyes, it's just like I'm just getting a flashback.
All right, so here was the story, and the reason this felt personal for me is because this story came out on my birthday, which was yesterday, July 21st, 2016, and when I began this research, what I was doing was managing a group home for autistic children. And I've been doing this research since that time. My research has mostly been focused on exposing the false flag shootings and the purposeful racial tension being built from them. So here we get a story, another race war story, another shooting story. It comes out on my birthday, and it's about a man who works with autistic children being shot. You can call me paranoid, but I am someone who has been exposing this since 2013. I am someone who's received death threats since that time, back when I was working at the group home. And the death threats I were given were specifically for when I was 33 years old. Yesterday was my 33rd birthday, the day of this news breaking. You know, out of all the people that live in this world, I don't think anyone since 2013 has spent more time exposing what's going on than I have. And lo and behold, on my 33rd birthday, this story, which feels very personable. For the majority of my adult years, what I've done is work with children. I've worked in public schools, private schools, group homes, and in a group home specifically with autistic children where I managed. That was the last job I had after I quit teaching. The last thing I did was went and worked in a group home with autistic children. And ever since that, I've just been doing this research. So I'll show you what else is coded into the story that raises my eyebrows. Again, it was my 33rd birthday yesterday. 33 is often coded into these shootings. The word police equals 33. Beyond police, I don't see any additional 33 coding in this story. But again, police departments are run by the Freemasons, secrecy 33, masonry 33, race war 33. Over the years, many police-based shootings centered around the number 33. This one happens to release on my birthday. So the date of the news yesterday, July 21st, 2016, was a date with 44 numerology, which always stands out. Shooting equals 44, officer 44, kill 44. So many shootings over the years have been on dates with 44 numerology. This one didn't truly come on a date with 44 numerology, but the story was released of the shooting on the date with 44 numerology. It was also a date with a life lesson number of 37. Alton Sterling, recently shot by police, age 37, central number in the story. The name Zachary also has gematria of 37, my age. I turned 33 on this date yesterday. Florida, a location with 38 gematria, a number often coded next to death. Fortunately, no one died in this story, but anytime we hear about people getting shot, that's one of the first things to come to our minds. Death. The shooting was July 18th, 18/7, the homicide code for many police departments, another number connected to false flag shootings. I just put out a video on July 18th reminding of the history of false flags and 187. I put that video out on the 32-year anniversary of the San Ysidro massacre, which was largely centered around the number 187. The victim's name, Charles Kinsey, a name with 59 gematria, 59, the number routinely stamped on black people throughout history. Charles Kinsey equals 59, Negro 59, Slave 59, Blues 59, Rasta 59, Motown Records, the black music label, came out in 59. Kill in Jewish gematria equals 59. They are now saying that it was an accident. The police are saying they accidentally shot him. Accident has gematria 59. How fitting. The name Charles Kinsey in simple English gematria, Charles sums to 66. When you write out 33 and sum it, it sums to 66. Kinsey also sums to 83. So does the word autism. The story is Charles Kinsey was a group home worker helping autistic children. Autism's gematria of 83 also personally reminds me of myself because I was born in 83. It might sound paranoid, but I honestly think if I didn't exist, if I hadn't been making what I've been doing, there probably would have been a shooting story released in the media on July 21st because they've been doing this all throughout history, even before I was here, on dates with 44 numerology. But I really wonder if they would have made it centered around a group home and autism. I mean, coincidences can happen, but it seems the ultimate coincidence to me for this news story, which is highly contrived, coming out on my birthday. Again, I was working with autistic children when I received my first death threat in the mail for doing this work, the physical mail. Florida also has that gematria 30, as we talked about, the reflection of 83. What's interesting is my name, Zachary Hubbard, equals 66, like Charles, and Zachary K Hubbard, the big way, sums to 149, just like Charles Kinsey, the name of the victim in this story. They said that the child was holding a toy truck a very possible detail in such a story. But remember, we just had this Bastille Day shooting, and it was a big truck, right? Another reminder of the word truck. And all of these stories are part of the Zionist, Masonic, New World Order, One World Order agenda. Remember Philando Castile and then a Bastille Day shooting hoax by the numbers? I have videos on all these things, all this stuff. It's all coordinated propaganda worldwide. The people of the world are under the same Masonic, Zionist, One World Order. Can't be emphasized enough. Toy truck also has gematria of 133, like government, like White House. These stories are coming in the time of an election year, debates, competing for the White House. It is government, federal agenda propaganda that we are being exposed to. With regards to group home, it has gematria of 118 as well, a number connected to death, also connected to recent shootings in Baton Rouge and Dallas, Texas. This number's showing up a lot right now. The police spokesperson, Gary Eugene, Police Chief Gary Eugene, sums to 118, just like group home and gematria. There's this attorney here, Hilton Napoleon. Napoleon sure reminds us of France. Hilton has gematria of 33. Hilton, another 33 word. They love to code their 33s. The Freemasons, they control the police, the legal system, government. They got us on lockdown. The Big Way Police Chief Gary Eugene also sums to 199, the 46th prime number. We're seeing a lot of 46 coded into these shootings. Baton Rouge, the small way, 46. Dallas Police, the small way, 46. Hate crime, 46. Familiar numbers. Here's another headline from that story. Man, cops shot me while on ground with hands up. Gematria of 181, a re-scrambling of 118. Same numbers, reshuffled. 181, also the 42nd prime. It's 59 and 42 that are stamped on black people again and again. There's a reason Jackie Robinson wore 42. It represents the most hateful word for black Americans. That word in the UK is called kafir, which also has gematria of 33 and 42. So yeah, another race-based shooting by the numbers, and this one on my 33rd birthday and seemingly directed right at me. The former group home worker spent a lot of time with autistic children. And for anyone who doesn't know about autism, autistic children, sometimes they just get this urge to evacuate where they are. They'll walk straight out of their house and they'll begin walking, seemingly at random. And then they might very well just sit down in the middle of a street and cause, a police response. When I worked at the Autistic Children's Home, I did have to work with the police quite often in having them help us return children to the home. We were a hands-off facility, but sometimes these autistic children, they need hands-on to be kept safe, so you have to call the police to help them escort the children back. So this very scenario that happened here, a worker out in public in the middle of the street with a child, these are things I used to do on a regular basis. And, in all the times that I was doing this, there was never a situation where the police pulled out their gun. Usually police are aware of the autistic children in the community that need these calls, and it never gets to a shooting. This story, it's just so fictitious. It's so ridiculous. When they showed the shooting, well, they didn't show it. They just told us it happened. The camera cut away when supposedly the shooting happened, and then we heard the victim give us the account. But anyway, I just wanted to expose the hoax and also let you guys know this story, it really does concern me a little bit. I'm not someone who's going to live in fear because of this, but I do recognize that I'm a targeted individual, and I think we really might have gotten a national news story taking a stab at me. So, to help me out, Truth Seeker, just help spread the word. I'm going to continue to fight the good fight. These people cannot intimidate me. My goal right now is to see that these people are held accountable, justice is restored. It does seem like a little bit of a pipe dream, but I know that if more people catch wind of what is being done and understand the system as I see it, there'll be enough people to complete the mission the mission of putting the Zionist, Masonic, banker tyrant scum out of business once and for all. Until next time, Truth Seeker. Encore, one last quick point. The name Charles Kinsey has initials of CK, C, the third letter, K, the 11th, 311, the reflection of 113, the number often coded into these propaganda shooting hoaxes. Mainstream equals 113, dishonest equals 113, green screen. Baba Kamal 113A says it's okay for a Jew to lie to somebody who isn't Jewish. Our media is controlled by Zionist Jews who code these numbers again and again. Till next time.